Imagine purchasing a pre-construction property from a builder, paying $21,000 to have your master floor plan completed and modified to your spec, and then to receive the key only to find out that the property wasn't delivered the way you had imagined it. This is what happened in the case of Nitchburg versus Maple Lane Land. If you want a copy of the full case, wait till the end of the video. I'll provide you my email address, and if you email me, I'll send you a copy of the case. Now here's what happened in this particular instance. The buyer purchased a property from the builder back in March of 2014. After the agreement was signed, the buyer reached out to the builder to see if they could make some changes to the floor plan. Builder agreed, and one of the builder's representatives met up with the buyer to make the changes. The buyer paid approximately $21,000 to make these adjustments. Eventually, after the construction started, the buyer went by and noticed that the property wasn't being constructed the way he had thought it was going to be. After getting the keys to the property, he realized that he didn't get the modifications as he specified in his agreement. He took the matter up with Terrion, and Terrion said that everything was built to the industry standard and that they couldn't do anything about that. Now, the buyer ultimately sued the builder, and what ended up happening was that the judge did not agree with the buyer's argument. The issue at hand was that there was no written guarantee and no written warranty given by the seller to the buyer about the actual minimum size or dimensions of the laundry room that they had modified. And more importantly, the modifications that were made to the floor plan didn't actually include any sort of measurement. There was also a provision in the agreement that stipulated that the property dimensions set out in the proposed plans and brochures are approximate only. The purchaser agrees to accept the property and dwelling constructed thereon subject to variations from the floor plan and brochures, provided that these are not substantial, and that the purchaser agrees to accept such variation to the plan without claim or abatement of the purchase price. The judge ultimately ended up concluding that the evidence tendered was not sufficient to establish a breach of contract, nor to demonstrate any wrongdoing that justified an award of damages. So what are the key takeaways from this case? If you're making modifications to a floor plan, it's advisable that you put actual measurements in and have those affirmed by the builder. Secondly, and equally importantly, you should probably put a provision into the agreement that trumps any of the builder's pre-printed provisions relating to square footage and or modifications to the floor plan. You want to articulate in clear and concise language that these changes that you're making are material, important, and maybe even quantify what happens if the builder doesn't actually deliver the product as agreed. The final thing that's very important to take away from this case is that if you're going to sue for breach of contract, ensure that you have evidence which shows detriment to the value caused by the breach. Now, this could mean that you get an appraiser or a real estate agent in to show that the changes that you made that were not delivered actually diminished the value of the property and impacted adversely. This evidence substantiated in court may help you in pursuing your claim. Now, if you're interested in receiving a copy of this case, email ricky@rickyrathore.ca. If you like content on how to make money, save money, and avoid problems, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ricky Rathore here again, broker owner at Remax Metropolis, real estate lawyer at Rathore Baig Professional Corporation. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.